Right, what is the price Americans have to pay to practice their Christian faith in the workplace? Well, the state of Oregon puts the price tag at about $135,000. That's the amount Oregon bakers Aaron and Melissa Klein were ordered to pay for politely declining to bake a cake for a same-sex wedding. Well, the Klein's attorney, Stephanie Taub, joins me with breaking news on their now 7-year legal battle. She serves as one of First Liberty's Institute senior counsels. Stephanie, welcome to Washington Watch.
Thank you so much for having me on to talk about this important case.
Yes, it's the Kleins are good friends of ours, and we've talked to them many times, but it's been a while. So give our viewers and listeners a quick refresher on Aaron and Melissa Klein's story.
Yeah, so the whole story started 10 years ago in 2012, if you can believe it's been that long. So it started when they were approached and asked to bake a custom wedding cake in celebration of a same-sex wedding, which is something that they could not do consistent with their Christian convictions. And the Oregon Bureau of Labor and Industries fined them $135,000 for declining to bake that cake. And so today we have the latest update in this case that's been going on for 10 years.
And it's potentially some good news. So tell our listeners about it.
Yeah, so the Oregon Court of Appeals found that the state agency that was responsible for bringing the case, for prosecuting it, and for judging the case acted in a biased way against the Klein's religious beliefs, that they were not acting with the neutrality that was required under the Constitution. So we were arguing that there was an anti-Christian bias that really infected the entire proceedings below. And it's a good thing that the court has recognized that there was this bias, that the proceedings below were not fair. But the court did send it back down to the very same agency that they held was biased against them in the first place. So we are determined to appeal this case to the Oregon Supreme Court or the United States Supreme Court if necessary.
So, I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They're going to send it back to an agency that showed hostility to begin with. We saw it throughout, and the head of the agency repeatedly made statements that made it clear that that was the case. So, I mean, are you anticipating a different outcome as they rehear this?
Well, we're going to fight. We believe that under Supreme Court precedent, under the Masterpiece Cake Shop decision, when the Supreme Court found that there was an anti-Christian bias against the bakery in Colorado, that was the end of the case. And that should have been the end of the case here. Everyone is entitled to a fair trial before an impartial judge. And that was not what happened here. And they can't just simply get a do-over. So we're going to continue to fight this case until we get justice.
So, Stephanie, I mean, you have to go back to that Oregon agency. Can you appeal right now to take this to a higher court?
We can appeal. We can argue that the proper remedy should have been to dismiss the case after finding that there was this lack of neutrality that violated the Constitution, and that's exactly what we intend to do.
Any chance that, as this lower court has stated, that Oregon did not act in good faith, they discriminated against the Kleins because of their faith, any chance that the Kleins could not only recoup the fine, but also the state agency be penalized for this discrimination?
Well, it's entirely possible that that $135,000 could be stricken or could be given back. So we're going to fight for that, and we're going to fight so that we'll actually get justice here. Because I mean, if you look at the Supreme or the Oregon Court of Appeals opinion, one of the reasons that they pointed for why there was actually bias here was the fact that they were awarded this huge penalty based on the quoting of a Bible verse. And so it's just a bad precedent. So we're glad in the sense that the court recognized that was not a good thing to do, and that showed anti-Christian bias.
But our courts are about making people whole and justice. And as you said, this has been going on for 10 years. It's driven the Kleins out of business. So it's not only a fine that they had to pay, but it's years of lost wages. It's the anxiety and the agony that they went through simply for practicing their faith. Someone needs to pay for that.
Well, I completely agree with you. So we're going to be looking at all of our options in light of this decision that came out yesterday, and so we're going to keep up the good fight.
Well, and I'm grateful that Liberty Institute and others are out there fighting these fights, but I say take it to them and make them pay for this discrimination that they set out to destroy this family. And it's not right. It should not happen.
Yeah, if any of your viewers want more updates on the case, they can go to our website. That's firstliberty.org.
All right. And we'll be tracking this carefully, and we'll want to talk with you again on next steps when you take them.
Thank you.